You are listening to the Perfectly Placed podcast.
Perfectly placed, right where you need it. Perfectly placed, go on and repeat it. Press play, stay close, you'll feel the spark. Perfectly placed, right from the start.
Hi, welcome to the very first episode of Perfectly Placed. This is with us at Perfect Place, myself and Suzanne.
Hello.
Coming together to do our first podcast ever. So hopefully
First of
this
many,
will be
hopefully.
the first. Yeah, hopefully this will be the first of many. So first of all, we thought that we would start to introduce ourselves, tell you what we do, but more importantly, we just want it to be a fun way of introducing you to living in Spain. So if you're thinking of living in Spain, or if you want a holiday home, we can tell you all the things from people that have done it. We've raised families, we've started businesses, we've built a community around us. So there's lots of different tips that we'll be giving you along the way, and we'll be introducing you to some of our friends on the coast, which hopefully will be useful.
And if there's any subjects that you particularly want to hear more information about, you can let us know on the information that you'll find at the bottom of the podcast. We're happy to address any subjects that you feel you'd like more information on.
Well, most subjects.
Most. Yeah,
Not
okay.
all subjects. So, first of all, should we just tell you a bit about ourselves? So, I'm Tracy, and I've been on the Costa del Sol for 18 years. My husband is a builder here, and we've had a company for 18 years. I've got two children, Jake and Sasha, who are now 17 and 19. I actually arrived here when I was 3 months pregnant, which was crazy because we knew no one. And now I look back and think, oh my God, what were we doing? But we're doing it, and 18 years on, we're very glad that we did. So a few years ago, after years of working in real estate, I put together Perfect Place because we wanted to do something that was just a little bit different, a bit more personal. Sometimes estate agents can be a little bit staid, and we wanted to do something a little bit more fun and more inclusive. And rather than just selling you a home, we wanted to build an experience for you, so we can put a community in place, just introduce you to all the great things that we know already. So that's me. And then about a year later came Suzanne.
Hello. So my name is Suzanne. I've lived in Estepona for 22 years. I moved here from London, from Camden. I decided I wanted to bring up my children in Spain rather than in a city, and have never regretted it. The freedom and all the other experiences that they've had from living in Spain, from being multilingual to having a Spanish education, has been great, and I'm really glad that we came here. I've got 3 kids. My son Louis, who actually went back to live in England for a year and decided it definitely wasn't for him, and he's back now here working in real estate. And then I have Leia and Maya, my daughters, who are now 18. They absolutely love Estepona, and they enjoy the freedom and the safety of living here. My background is I worked for an investment company here before I joined Tracy in Perfect Place, and I was more sort of gauged to finding properties for investors, and that was great. But like Tracy said, a lot of that kind of work is very staid, and I just felt like clients weren't really getting to know what they were buying. They didn't know what they were moving to. They didn't know the community. They didn't get real information from people that actually lived here. They didn't know which areas were the best areas to live in for investment, or which areas were the best areas to live in as a family home. So Perfect Place just became something different. It became something that organically felt more bespoke. And the clients, I mean, we can love you, we can give you as much attention or as little attention as you want.
We can stalk you if you want.
Yeah.
Most people don't want that, to be fair.
But what I mean by that is like how we try and, like, when clients come and they don't know anyone, we'll always try and find out their interests, and we'll always try to you know, you could be interested in swimming, you could be interested in walking and hiking. And because we've been here for so long, we really can sort of help engage you in the community.
Yeah.
So that's how I came to Perfect Place.
So we can talk all day about what we absolutely love about living in Spain, but let us tell you a few things that we hate. So I hate summer. I absolutely hate summer. July and August are like the worst time of my life. And I try and moan to people in the UK about it, and they are so unsympathetic.
She tries to moan to me about it as well, and I'm unsympathetic as well.
It's so hot. Everything has to be done the same as it's always been done. You have to get your shopping. You have to do your washing. Everything, you know, the normal things have to be done. And it's hot, and the traffic is heavy, and the population doubles, and I can't get into my favourite restaurants. It's like first world problems, I know, but seriously, I absolutely hate the summer.
And I absolutely love the summer. I literally live for the summer. I'm like, why move to Spain if you don't like the heat? Really?
I know. But to be honest, I'm here for the winter. For me, the winter is like cool days. You can walk around, but you can walk around like in a t-shirt most days, or a light sweatshirt. Those are the days you can take the dog out without the poor dog burning its paws. I mean, it's seriously.
So for me, I love the summer. I like when we do a lot of remote working or working from home, and I love the fact that I can at 11 o'clock think, oh, I'm a bit hot. I'll just go for and have a dip in the pool in the community that I live in. I mean, imagine sitting at your desk and thinking, oh, I can just go for a swim. I love the balmy nights. I love sitting outside at night time, and you can hear all the cicadas, the grasshoppers, and you can have a gin and tonic and sit in your garden. Tracy was saying, get bitten by mosquitoes.
Get bitten by mosquitoes.
Just put some spray on and you'll be fine. For me, the winter, I don't hate the winters. The winters here are, I mean, you can't compare them to the UK at all. But I love the heat. I love the fact you can just shove a t-shirt on and a pair of shorts. You don't need to have a jacket. You put your music on, you drive along, everyone's happy, they're on holiday. You can go and sit on the beach. I mean, got the beach at the end of my road. I can go and sit on the beach just for a couple of hours and read my book. And I can go to the beach at 7 o'clock at night if I want, because it's still so hot, and I can have a dip in the sea. Or when I walk my dog in the morning, because you have to walk them early so they don't burn their paws, I can go for a quick dip while I'm walking my dog. Bring on the summer.
Bring off the summer. Seriously. As it approaches, I'm starting to get more and more depressed about it. And I know that sounds pathetic. I know. But, so what else don't we?
The good thing is about that works in terms of the business is that we're fully functioning, because I can function in the summer and Tracy can function in the winter. So there's never any gaps.
Yeah. There's just a bit more moaning goes on, that's all. Okay, so the summer, you know, it's fine. We can get over that. So what else do we don't like about living in Spain?
Bureaucracy. You have to you get there in the end.
You do.
But you have to come when you arrive in Spain with an English head.
Yeah.
Or you know, any nationality where things are done really efficiently.
Yeah.
You have to remember things are going to get done, but not necessarily in the way that you're used to it being done.
And also, what is really important to remember is the fact that people come to Spain as a new person.
Yeah.
So they have to register all their identity, everything, as a new person. So it's like, even if you went to the UK and did that'd be tricky.
Yeah, it'd be the same issue,
so
absolutely.
It is, but after a few years, you do sort of get used to it, and you're established, and there's still things that come and trip you up every now and again, but as one of our clients likes to say, that's just Spain gain.
Oh, it's Spain gain.
It's
There's
Spain
so much
gain.
Spain gain. There is so much. But yeah, bureaucracy can be challenging.
Yeah.
It can be challenging if you don't have the right people around you. Luckily, we've been here a while. We do have the right people. We've sieved our way through them. It is literally sieving, isn't it?
We have.
And then when you find the Spanish people that you've sieved, and you find that, and you've developed those links with the people in the community. I mean, we've got someone that works with us, and I always laugh that when I go out with her, it's like going on a historic walking tour with a famous person.
It really is.
Because she knows the area so well, and she has all these little stories about the area, and that's why it's really good when you do get through the bureaucracy and you get to know the right people. Then it can be really lovely, can't it?
Yes, it really can. It really can. And the people just know everyone. So, you know,
Yeah,
that's really where you need to get to know Spanish people that just know everyone and can help you. And
And you've got to understand the language.
oh, now let me tell you. So I am a completely failed linguist, as my Spanish teacher will tell you, who's going to be interviewed on this podcast in a few weeks' time, but she doesn't know that yet. So it's not as easy as people think it is. I know you should always speak the language of where you go, and I do to a degree, but it's certainly not for the lack of trying that I'm not fluent. I mean, I have a lesson every single week and have
twice
done
even
sometimes two.
And you do your homework. Well, she cheats a lot of the time.
I don't cheat. I don't cheat. It's tough, and if you're not a natural linguist, I did 6 years of French at school. Can't remember a word. So I was never really geared up to learn another language. But if you persevere, it is really rewarding. It is really rewarding.
The thing is that Spanish will just appreciate, even if you can just use a few words.
Yeah.
The thing is that a lot of people here, especially locally, do speak English.
Yeah.
But it's more a question of intent. As long as people can see that you're trying and I mean, it's quite hard. You know, Spanish, where we are, has a dialect. They speak really quickly, and sometimes it's like you can't even understand where the word stops and the next word begins.
Yeah.
It's all such a long, fluid sentence. However, like we say, if you can just make an effort, and Tracy has lessons. I've got a family of Spanish people. My husband is Spanish, although he was born in London. He's Spanish, and the kids all speak Spanish to each other. And Frank never misses out on any of it, and that's sometimes frustrating because although I can understand, they'll talk slang sometimes, and especially if they don't want me to understand, they'll talk really quickly, and I don't know what's going on, so I can feel a bit left out.
Yeah, so let's get to the next subject of the problem with having bilingual children. Which is very, very frustrating sometimes when they start to talk to each other and they really don't want you to know.
Yeah.
So they do exactly that. They speak to each
Exactly.
other in slang. So that is...
And quickly.
And with the best will in the world, it's probably never going to... My Spanish is probably never going to get to that level. I'd love it to, but it will never get to that level. So that's another thing.
It's also proud moments, isn't it? I love hearing my kids. Like they were doing it last night. They were talking. They were having a laugh. They were all having a joke with each other, and they were talking Spanish to each other. And I was really trying to understand, but I couldn't. I could kind of
too
get
quick.
it was just too quick.
Yeah.
And they were talking in like half of it was in English and half of it was in Spanish. So it was even more frustrating because I could understand half the conversation and not the other half.
You didn't get the end of the joke.
No, I
then.
didn't get the jokes at all. Absolutely not.
But yeah, absolutely. I mean, that gift that you're giving to your children is just having two natural languages.
Yeah,
you know,
feels
especially
great.
if they've been educated in Spanish schools. Yeah. That's another thing.
that's a
Whoa,
podcast
Spanish
in itself.
schools. Yeah, that is a podcast in
Yeah,
itself,
well, I think
which
we
we
should-
will be covering in the future.
Yeah.
So
Lots of pros and cons to both, but we will definitely do
Lots
a
of pros
deep
and
dive
cons.
on that.
yeah. We'll also be covering international schools, how best to integrate your children, Spanish classes,
Yeah.
how to build in Spain. We'll be interviewing
Yeah.
a builder about how to build. When you're buying a property, what's best, a new build or a reform property. Just from real basic levels of the pros and cons and what is the best way to integrate yourself into Spain.
Yeah. What else are we going to cover? We're going to cover all the legal issues of buying a property in Spain.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about new builds, the advantage of buying a new build, what the disadvantages are, and if you do want to buy a new build, how to do it with support and what are the things to look out for.
Yeah.
How to develop into the community, how to really feel that you're part here.
Yeah.
We're going to have special guests that we're going to interview as well. And like we said before, anything that you want us to touch on, then you should tell us.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really, we wanted to do something that's really chatty, so we can just tell you our experiences. Our experiences might not be your experiences, but they might be somebody else's experiences. So it's all about us talking to you and saying what's worked for us, what hasn't worked for us, and feel free to reach out at any point.
Yeah.
And yeah, like Suzanne says, we can suggest any special guests that come up. Any special guests that you want to hear. We're based in Estepona, which is beautiful.
Yeah. Let's talk about Estepona just for a little bit.
Okay, we can talk about
We
Estepona.
won't. We will do an episode just on how much we love Estepona, because we could literally talk for hours about it.
Yeah.
But we love Estepona. It is really our passion, because we've both lived here for so long, over 20 years, and we've seen it change a lot in those years, and in our opinion it's only for the better.
Yeah.
I mean, the advantage of living in a place that is so safe, you can't underestimate how that makes you feel.
No.
And the fact that there is so much going on in terms, I mean, there's so much you can do. People always think that it's a holiday destination, and it's not. It's a all year round town.
Absolutely. There's festivals, things going on
Well, there's
all the
one
time.
this Friday, isn't
There's
there?
one this
San
Friday.
Isidro.
You literally can walk around the corner in the middle of winter and find a band on. I mean, it's crazy.
Or a cheese stall.
Or a cheese stall. Or it's just
fair.
absolutely incredible what they have on here. It's got 70 plus murals up on the wall, so you can do a mural tour. The area and the beach is all pedestrianised, so you can feel free to walk down there.
So many restaurants. If you look on our Facebook page, you'll see Tracy did a video recently just of one street and how many restaurants there are. There is so much to offer. I mean, that's really changed, hasn't it, since we've moved here?
Massively,
Like the diversity, because it was really quite a lot of Spanish food, and there are loads of great Spanish restaurants here.
There are,
But you can find different.
there's
different
pretty
types
much
of
everything
food
you
now.
want here now, isn't there?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's still really reasonably priced.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just such an amazing place to live, and like Suzanne said, it's like 12 months of the year.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
normal.
our units are busier than they've ever been.
Yeah,
aren't they,
rentals,
in the winter months. It's a great place to live. Summer, well, not so much in summer for me, but in the winter, it's absolutely great. So many golf courses around. There's so many things to do, so many activities. If you've got kids growing up here, we were spoilt for choice in all the sports that they could do.
Yeah.
And it's very reasonable. So it's just all round, it's just an amazing place to live.
So really, in terms of perfect place and how we and why we've decided to do this podcast is to talk about, and not just kind of be boring about it, but talk about all these things that we've enjoyed and loved and got to know through Perfect Place, and how us as a company we can just help support you if you want to move, if you want to come on holiday. Whatever you want to do that is Estepona related, we're hoping that we can share all our local knowledge, experience, and
even down to what supermarkets to go to.
Yeah. What's best for fruit and veg, what's best for me.
Mercadona always.
I see, I'm a little girl for fruit and veg.
Littles, please.
I know, classy, eh?
So, there's all that local knowledge for us to share. So hopefully you'll come back for the next one.
Yeah, and you'll enjoy asking us. We'll send over any questions and we'll enjoy answering them. And yeah, we look forward to more podcasts in the future.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll see you soon.
See you on the next Perfectly Placed.
Bye.
Bye.
Perfectly placed, right where you